Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to some Breachers. We are gonna do a different kind of video today because apparently, I don't know if Breachers is down or whatever. It's putting me in offline mode, so I guess we're gonna do a short tutorial. I'm gonna show you guys what all my settings are and whatnot. I can't show you my stats, can I? Nah, it doesn't let me. Alright, so we're just gonna go over some things. I've been meaning to do this anyway, people have been asking. So I'm just gonna go over some common settings that'll just help you play a little bit better, I suppose. Right off the bat, I recommend keeping disable corpses and disable blood off. Just leave these off. I mean, you can turn off disable corpses, but I personally like the corpses because it actually helps you see angles of what where people died and whatnot. Guided throwing, you know, that's kind of whatever. Personal preference. I don't use it, but I have it on. Audio, I mean, that's personal preference. As for this, I use snap turn. If you use snap turn, I recommend 30. I mean, it's just a nice little angle, because you turn and then you can just turn your body. But a lot of people use smooth. I don't really use smooth all that much. I do recommend smooth crouch though. That's what lets you just do this, where you can get the weird angles. That's always nice and fun. Repel mode, I can't find the difference between both of these, so I don't know the difference between these. I've tried both, I can't see a difference. As for auto sprint, I highly recommend you turn this on. A lot of people don't turn it on, but it's pretty good in this game. There's not really much of a downside. Grabbing and hold and toggles, personal preference. Weapon, actually wait. Wait, do we need to get into a match first? Hold on, let's hop into a training. So, for horizontal weapon angle, I have it at -2, but, I mean, it really doesn't... Like, when you're holding your gun with both hands, it's gonna be the same, regardless. But when you hold it with one hand, this is what it looks like. So, I mean, you can turn it left or right. And see, it just shoots that way. See, I like mine... I mean, you could just do the default, honestly. Default's fine. But just the way I hold my hand, mine's at a slight angle. Just helps me shoot a little bit easier. As for vertical, it's the same thing, but vertical. You know, I don't know why you would ever do this. I mean, I guess you can hold it like this. And the same for that. I don't even know what I had mine on. Leave it on 0. I don't even know what mine was on. Hip height, I've never actually messed with this. It just affects where your ammo is. Holster forward distance, and that's just putting it in front of you. I like it close to my chest, honestly. Hand smoothing, I just recently turned this on 1.0. That just steadies your aim a lot. See, if you throw it on 0, mine's probably gonna be real shaky right now. No, mine's actually still not shaky. Here, if I do like... Hey, I mean, you can see like how fast it moves around the reticle. But if you throw it on like 2... actually, it's kind of pretty much the same, isn't it? What does hand smoothing even do? I thought it... Oh, wait. Okay, I see now. See, when I'm moving around like this, it's a lot slower. Let's see what it looks like with this. Okay. So yeah, it just slows down your movement to make it a lot more steady. But I mean, I'm pretty steady as is, so I guess it really doesn't do a whole lot for me. I'll just leave it on 1. I don't really see a difference with just 1 and 0, I don't know. Vertical stock offset, I get asked about this a lot. I have mine on 70, default 75, I believe, yeah. So what this does, see when you have it one-handed, it's completely normal. When you two-hand it, it changes the way the two-handed looks. So if I throw it all the way up, so without moving my right hand, I'll put it all the way down. Come on, game. It's right there. I mean, it's not at my eyes or anything. I guess I could hold it up here. Throw it all the way up. And I'm still holding it in the exact same position. Now it's aiming that way. So most people could probably just leave it at 75. This is just personal preference. I like mine at 70 because I hold mine at I guess a weird angle. And that you just mess with, I mean, also just right off the bat here, I highly recommend having virtual stock on in this game. With it off, you can do things like this, like shoot behind you and such. But how often are you going to do that for one? I mean, you could fire like this even with virtual stock. I mean, I don't know. I don't really see the reason to have virtual stock off. Because your dominant hand, which is your shooting hand. Oh, that was the control point. Your dominant hand should always pretty much be locked in one spot. So I have mine kind of cupped against my, like a little bit of ways from my chin, and I only move my left hand. I mean, your right hand really shouldn't move that much. So when you have virtual stock on, let's see. See, your right hand generally stays the same no matter what. What's he doing? What? So, but the issue would be, you know, you can't really aim like this, like I was before. I mean, I guess you can, kind of, but when you move too far away, it just like flips backwards. But it steadies your aim a whole lot. So my right arm just stays the same. Move the left arm. Very nice and easy. So I highly recommend virtual stock. People really talk a lot of... Wait, we lost? Where is he? Oh, it didn't even let me kill him. Alright, but yeah. Highly recommend virtual stock. Alright, just for general knowledge, I mean, this isn't really specific to breachers or anything. Have your health kit always in the exact same spot. So, in, you know, my gameplay, I always have it closest to my chest here. So whenever I can get hurt, I can just instantly aim there. And then I always put my secondary on the left side. So no matter what happens, I know I don't even have to look. I can just pull out the syringe. Very nice and helpful. You do that in every game, whether it's what's that other game? Escape from Tabor or Contractors, anything. Always put your stuff in the exact same spot. Oh, that game's pretty bad at the business, isn't it? See, so I got 65 health. You know, you can just tap your syringe. You don't even have to move it. You just hold it, press the trigger, just like kind of jiggle it, and then let go. And it should heal you every time, in theory. Alright, what else we got here? I do want to check out the statics and stuff, because people place statics in very odd positions. Highly recommend putting the opacity when aiming down. Keep mine around 15 or so these days. I used to have it on 0, but... Oh, got to reload. Wait, you can't shoot through that? There we go. Is there actually... Oh wait, can I... Okay, so when opacity is down, see how the symbol is? When you aim near it, it just goes a little transparent so you can see through it. But if you have it all the way up, it won't go transparent, so you can't see through things that are in the way. So it's a little annoying. I think that's all for comfort options, isn't it? I mean, those are just the basics. I mean, not really a whole lot to it. I don't change any of the remap controls. I didn't even know they were supposed to talk in this game. Graphics, you know, that's also personal preference. I recommend turning off bloom and environmental effects if you have a Quest 3, because the environmental effects really get in the way, in my opinion. As for reticle, I use a 17 holo on cyan. Cyan's probably the best color in this game. I mean, normally yellow would be the best color, but, you know, enemies have bright yellow on them. But cyan, I mean, there's only, I think, 3 locations in the entire game where cyan's really bad. I guess right here, too. I mean, that's kind of... I mean, it's hard to see on this. I never play TDM, so I don't know. But overall, cyan's gonna carry you pretty hard. I mean, you'll always be able to see it. 17's a pretty decent size, where you can still see it, even when it's moving quickly. And it's got a nice, nice size to hit heads. And it's a lot easier to see than the red dot. So, I mean, sure, the red dot's probably more accurate for tap fire, but the issue would be, like, it's a lot harder to see, you know? It's very simple. And the new sights, I just don't recommend any of these. These are god-awful. Like, this one's, like, half transparent already. I don't know what's going on with these new sights. They need to fix these. Then yeah, cyan's just green, blue, all the way maxed. Alright, so for weapons, generally first round you want to buy a Spectral. I mean, in my opinion, it's the best pistol in the game, better than Taurus, even if you're good with Taurus. I mean, it's a 2-shot headshot, every range, 15 bullets. I mean, it's just all around good. I mean, it's pretty accurate too, even with one hand. So, I mean, it's pretty good. It only costs 500, so you could buy, like, static with it, which I can't do, but... where's that? So... okay. Nice and easy. No! Okay. I thought it went away. Cyclone, a lot of people buy this. It used to be really good, but the gun's kind of trash right now, so I just don't recommend it. Taurus is good if you can hit your shots, but first round it's not really that good, because it costs all your money first round. As for save rounds, you can either rock the Omen, since they recently buffed the SMGs. You just have to make sure you buy the suppressor with it. Alright, so for Omen, if you don't buy the suppressor... See what I'm talking about? You can't see anything. When you shoot, you cannot see a thing without the suppressor. But with the suppressor on, just know that that giant flash is gone, so you don't have to worry about it. Otherwise, if you're going to eco, I mean, just Spectral, you know, still a 2-shot kill. And it costs, what, $5.75 for Spectral and a sight. That's all you need. Other good eco weapons, you know, you got the Viper. I mean, this one you don't even need a suppressor for, but it's nice to have. Where's he at? Is he coming this way? Come here. I mean, if you full auto with the Viper, it's still obviously hard to see. What's this guy doing? There he is. But with the Viper, it's not nearly as bad. So, you don't have to have the suppressor for it, but it is very nice to have. Cadillo is always good. It's a 1-shot kill to the head. At any range except for extremely long range, I believe. Very strong, very accurate. It is semi-auto, so just be aware of that. You really don't need the foregrip with it, but it does help. Let's see. The Aural, I don't have much experience with this gun. Some people like it. I mean, I think it's a glorified SMG, honestly. It's a 2-shot kill to the head. It's got a good amount of ammo, and the recoil's decent. Yeah, I mean, if you pull down, I mean, it's pretty accurate, but so is every gun in this game. With the recent changes, the Knut's kind of OP. Normal Knut can pretty much snapshot people. You know, you don't even have to aim with it. Where's he at? And they just recently, I don't know if they buffed the range on it or what, but it is incredibly strong even at long range. I mean, 2-shot from this range with a shotgun, and with no headshots. I mean, come on, game. It's pretty cheap, too. I think it's 2,100. I mean, you can one-hand it. And, I mean, it's still very accurate even with one hand. I mean, it's a 2-shot kill at this range. I mean, it's insane. If I can land a headshot, it probably would one-tap. Oh. Wait, okay, that time it didn't kill him. I don't know what that was about. Some people swear by this gun, but I cannot get it to work for the life of me. It shoots faster. It's got, as you can see, the spread on it is incredibly large. You can one-tap people if they're very close, but it is just not as reliable as the Knut. I don't like this gun at all. As for the main rifle, Vezin, easily the best gun in the game. I don't really find many people who can argue this. I mean, it's just accurate. It's a 1-shot kill up to, like, close to mid-range. As long as you hit him in the head. I think it's a 3 or 4 body shot kill, but it shoots so fast that it really doesn't matter. You know, just overall, this is the best gun in the game. I mean, 1 tap's at close range, 2 taps at worst. So, and then you got the big brother here, got Marui. My pride and joy. It's the Vezin, but it shoots slower. The recoil on it's a little bit worse these days, I don't know why. It's got less ammo, it supposedly does more damage, but I'm pretty sure it's the same amount of shots to kill. I haven't really tested it though. It does one shot at further range though. So if you want to take longer range fights, I mean, you want to use a Marui. Oh. I mean, I think that would have been a one shot even with the Vezin, but I mean, you get the idea. I mean, you want headshots with this gun. If you don't get headshots, you're better off using the Vezin. Because the Marui shoots slower. I think the recoil's worse. So, if you're a average player, you want to use the Vezin. Unless you go for pretty much only headshots, then you want the Marui. I mean, you could like right here to this range here, this is a 2-shot with a Vezin, but it's a 1-shot with a Marui. It's still gonna take more than one headshot through a wall though, so that really doesn't apply. Where is he? As for grenades, you can do this. When you do this, I recommend underhanding it, but obviously I don't really use it for long range throws. I guess if you're throwing it long range, maybe you do. Throw it over? I don't know. Let me see if I can get another grenade. Kill me. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Bro. What is he doing? Hello? Bro. Why is he actively trying not to shoot me? For grenades, I just recommend underhanding them, honestly. Because, first let's get rid of this guy. Also, you sprint when you have your gun down if you have auto sprint on, so you don't have to press anything. Alright. So let's say there's a door blocker here. I mean, this is my main use for grenades these days. I don't really use them to kill enemies. You just roll it underneath the door blocker, it blows, then you can push through. It's very simple. A lot of people like to use them to try and get kills and everything, but it's so rare to get a kill with a grenade. They're much better used to just get rid of gadgets. And if you underhand it, it's a lot more accurate. So it's nice and easy to just underhand them if you really need to throw them too far. Otherwise, I just recommend rolling them close. I think that's all the guns. I mean, Jesper, I didn't really talk about it, but they did nerf it a while back, so it is pretty weak right now. I recommend not using it whenever possible. That's why, you know, I always buy the Spectral if I need to use a pistol. As for grenades like smokes and ensigns, they recently changed the smokes so they instantly pop. So what you can do, is what I do very rarely, and there's a doorway, throw it at the corner of the doorway, and you can kind of sneak in. The only issue here is you kind of have to have pretty decent aim, as he's right around here. Well, he's going the wrong way. But you would come out the smoke, and then just push. Oh, he's up there. I thought he was over here. And as for mollies, I don't really use mollies that much, or incendiaries, but you can just throw them. They just instantly pop. They do hurt you, though. Just be aware of that. There is a very good strategy if you have the EMP planted, and as long as you have 2, maybe 3 Molotovs, if you pick up one from the enemy, it makes it impossible to defuse the EMP in a lot of places. Because you plant the EMP, throw molly 5 seconds afterwards, and then once that molly is just about up, you throw down the other molly, and the enemy team no longer has time to defuse the EMP. There's nothing they can really do about it, because you can't really cancel them out with smoke grenades like you can in Counter-Strike. So there's really no counterplay to that. I hope they change that. And if you pick up a molly from an enemy, it's even stronger, because then you have 3 mollies instead of 2. Oh, it's back online. Oh, I guess you can see my stats too. Look at that. I got almost 300 hours. What rank am I? 21 prestige, 42% headshot, which hasn't changed in months. Alright, I guess we'll just continue the little tutorial I got going on here. As people question my statics on this map a lot, I'm about to show you why they're so OP. The first round, you know, I generally buy a static and spectral with a scope, or reticle, whatever it's called, sight. So, when you have a doorway like this, people tend to put their statics over here, but it doesn't cover the whole doorway. I mean, they could just walk around. So in my opinion, you just put it just back a little bit, because it's a full circle. So you just drop it here. You get all this coverage. It's actually a little bit misplaced. It should have been a little bit up. That way it covers this as well. So for them to break this static, how do they break it? You think they could shoot it from here? I mean, that's what people always try to tell me. But then they're exposed right here. They're always exposed from back here, because no one ever covers radio for some reason. So they have to take their time to destroy this. They can't come out here, because there's generally a guy there or over here. So how do they break this, really? Here, we can use this as an example. Normally when I place this static here, you want to sit over here, wait till they drop, then they start shooting the static, and you can just pop up and kill them. I mean, I have plenty of videos where I do this to people. It works almost every time. It's just a very strong spot to put a static. And this works essentially anywhere. Any doorway, any hallway. I mean, this is just on the other side, but I mean, you would put it like right here. It blocks off this, blocks off all that. And then you could either sit right here, or you can sit over here, which is what I normally do. You just sit back here, you just chill, wait till they drop down from stairs, you know, crouch walk up here. You know, they're trying to shoot the static. By the time they shoot it, I mean, you're right here. Oh. I mean, it's very nice and simple. Another really strong spot, in my opinion, is just right here. Right in the middle of the doorway. You don't need to put it on the side, you don't need to do anything like that. They can't really break it, because I mean, they have to stand up real close, because they have to shoot the yellow part. But I mean, how are they gonna do this? I mean, it's just smarter to have it out in the open to cover more area. So this isn't like a breacher specific tip or anything, this is just personal preference. But when I shoot, I've got my left leg ahead at like a slight angle from my right leg. I've already showed you where I put my arms earlier. You know, I got my right arm kind of against my shoulder, kind of locked my left arm like that. And this is just a very steady stance. That's what causes my aim to be so steady. It works for both pistols and rifles. So with the pistol, you know, you hold your arms out a little bit further out, I guess. But, and this is another real tip, but the slower you pull your trigger, the less recoil you have. At least with semi-autos. You want to like slowly pull your trigger back. So let's say that he comes around this corner. If you just slowly pull the trigger, you're still shooting pretty fast, but I mean, look how accurate it is. But if you pull it real fast, like I mostly do, it's a lot harder for semi-autos to control recoil. But just slowly squeezing the trigger will give you a lot more accurate aim. Where did they place it? Oh, wait, you can plant over here? Alright, we're both learning something today, boys. I guess for trip mines. I'm pretty sure I've showed this off in a video before. So if you take 2 trip mines, and you put them between 2 stairs, this works on every map, I think. Anywhere that has stairs, you just put them in the little crevice here. Well, close as you can get it, doesn't have to be perfect. And the second one goes right below it. So when they're coming down, they cannot see these unless they're already right here. They can hear them, but by the time you see these, generally, you already run past. Now you can do this in a lot better spots. Like if you were to put it, I mean, right here I don't really do, because if they come down like through here, they'll see them. But it is a very strong spot in general. Because right here, you're not really thinking about the trip mines, especially if there's a static down, because it makes a lot of noise. So a lot of people will just run through and die instantly. It does take 2 trip mines to kill somebody, because one, I believe, only does 90 damage max. So you do have to have 2 of them. Oh, there's also the RCP. I didn't talk about this. I hate this gun. This gun is very awkward. You have to aim with the RCP so much differently than every other gun in the game. Like, when I try to hold it with my normal stance, I mean, it kind of looks normal, but I'm actually holding it in a very weird way right now. I hate the RCP. Some people like it. I mean, it's not a terrible gun, but I do recommend the other 2 SMGs, honestly. And then, lastly, what else we got? Trip mines. Another trip mine tip, just put it straight up and down in the window. Honestly, this is a lot better than putting it right here. You put it right here, sure, they can't see it. I mean, they can if they just reach through. But if they jump through this window, there's a pretty good chance they just jump over it, and it doesn't blow up. But if you put it here, not only are they forced to not go through the window, because they have to break it, otherwise they'll take almost all their health. So you can, you know, follow up on it. They can also still break it just by shooting it, obviously. So, I mean, they would have to shoot it like this, though. Because, I mean, you can't see it. What? Also, I'm sure a lot of people have seen me in this spot, but you can also go up here. This spot's a lot more risky, but you do get a lot better angle. Because if you shoot from down here, you will almost always hit this monitor right here. So it takes 2 headshots even with a Marui. Oh, well. I was kind of hoping to one-shot him with the head, but as you can see, you know, even aiming up there, you still hit the monitor a lot of the time. It's really annoying, because it makes it take 2 headshots instead of 1. Door blockers, you don't want to put between sights, you just throw them on sight. I mean, very simple. Never put anything between the 2 sights. It doesn't help defend at all. So let's say, for instance, this door blocker's here. Not only does this not help defend B or A, but if they were to take B and I'm on A, I have to go through this door blocker to get to B. So when I open this up, I'm blind for 1, and they'll all know I'm here because the door blocker will open up. Now I'm just a sitting duck here. So you never want to do this. Same with things like proxies. Don't put them between sites, or on site for that matter. It doesn't help. It doesn't do anything. For proxies, you generally want them in spots where you know they're going to push. I mean, you can put one here. I like to put them in the plants, like over here. You can put one here. Anytime somebody walks past here, it'll trigger. Another real strong spot, in my opinion, is right here. Even when it's this bomb site here. So that way you can tell if anyone comes around here. So if you're sitting over here, you're perfectly safe from your flank. You don't really have to worry about it. Because no one's going to travel all the way through that room there, all the way around just to flank. I think that's about it. I don't really have much else to go on here. Very simple, you know, just keep track of the enemy. Just through general knowledge, I suppose. I mean, you know where they're going to come from. I mean, most of the time, they're going to come down these stairs or down the other stairs. So as long as you camp on one of these 2 spots, you're going to know, oh, hey, they're not here, so they must be on the other side. Yes, there's a chance they go through some random window halfway across the map, but it's far more likely they're just going to go down the other main path. It's very simple, you know, probability, I suppose. So, for instance... here, I'll show everyone how to do this too, since I get asked this a lot. If you want to get on this ledge, you just rappel here, drop down on the ledge, then you can walk around. Now, there's both an advantage and disadvantage to this. The disadvantage, I mean, obviously you have your whole body exposed, instead of just your head. But you can kind of get a pretty nasty shot off onto that and here. So we'll wait till biphase is done. And there's also a very pretty strong advantage too. So if they were to peek this window here, you can pretty much see them before they see you 100% of the time. It's kind of crazy. Same with here. I mean, most people aren't expecting someone to stand all the way up here. And even if they do see you first, they see your feet instead of your head, so it really doesn't matter. Then the other advantage, you can drop off this ledge without rappelling. So you can shoot somebody in this window here, drop down, and then come right through the door. So it's a lot faster than rappelling, it doesn't make as much noise. I mean, you're just in a better spot overall. Yeah, let's go find the enemy. Oh, there he is. And when you're close range, you don't really have to use your sight. Like right there, if you just hold it at an angle, put the barrel generally in their direction, I mean, you can course correct a little bit. So you don't have to bring it all the way up to your head. Or eyes, I guess. But I think that's gonna be about it. If you can think of any other things I missed here, I'm sure I missed a bunch of stuff. I don't do place spacing and all that, so I didn't really go over it. But that's about it. That's how my playstyle is personally. So thanks for watching. Till next time, GG.